My name is Maggie Wood and I'm the owner of the Golden Earthworm Farm. Our CSA is unique in that we box everything up before we'd make the deliveries. Having the boxes pre-boxed costs us a little bit more. There are certain things that we do to keep the costs down. The actual processing line is extremely efficient. We have a system where each employee has one item that they put into the box. That's how our assembly line works. There are a lot more things that can go wrong when you're boxing. It's easy to leave an item out of the share, out of one box, if you're not paying attention. Management and oversight is much more important. It's essential when you're doing it this way.
My name is Stephen Searle. I am the farm manager at Golden Earthworm Organic Farm. We normally begin by pulling out all of the produce that we've harvested the day before and have packed away into the cooler the night before. We line it up in the order that we're actually going to be boxing, usually beginning with the big vegetables, the root vegetables, for example, first, maybe the lettuces second, and then the lighter, more fragile things on top, perhaps the arugula, perhaps the bunches of herbs, the strawberries, for example, on top as well. Then the line actually begins and people can start putting things into the boxes. One person for every item, one other person to actually fold the box, and then the last person on the line to put the boxes on the pallet, to stack them, and then to put them into the cooler. The process of boxing takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours if we're doing between 600 and 800 boxes. There's some setup that's required, which may take another half hour. There's cleanup and loading of the truck, depending on if that's going to happen that morning or perhaps the next day. So the items that we packed in the box today were kohlrabi, beets, escarole, romaine, cilantro, scallions, and arugula. Yesterday we substituted the beets for strawberries because we still have plenty of strawberries, and because Wednesday members did not get strawberries last week. So we have to make sure that everybody receives, to the best of our ability, the same amount of produce. Later in the season, the boxes get heavier, and having a sturdy box is very important. We reuse as much as we can, but there's a certain point in time when it's just not feasible, or they're just not clean enough to keep reusing. We typically, though, plan ahead a little bit in terms of not making the boxes too heavy. But at the same time, we have all of this stuff and we want to share with all of our members, so it's a little bit of a balancing act.
You have to provide good service to your members, and we think we do that by boxing up the shares for them, but we have to make sure that it's done properly every time, without question, without an issue. I think when someone goes to their pickup site and they have a box, it's just for them. They really feel that their farm picked this produce, washed it, put it in a box, just for them. That's part of the success of it, and that's why we continue to do it, because that's our model and it seems to work and people are very, very happy.